In 2011, about 8% of American teens reported experiencing a major depressive episode. By 2018, that number had doubled. And life didn't suddenly just get 2 times as hard, no. It's just that the world we live in today is constantly telling us who to be, what to want, and how to meet those standards. Research shows that prioritizing social expectations over your own happiness doesn't just leave you unfulfilled. It actively makes you worse. This is why I believe people should put their own happiness over social expectations. Because conforming to external standards damages mental health, and happiness that's built on validation is unstable.
Think about how much of your day is a performance, an act that you're putting on for the satisfaction of others. It's something most people do without actually realizing it. And in the moment, it may seem harmless, but the research says otherwise. Psychologist Jean Twenge found that the rise of social pressure coincides with increases in anxiety and depression in our youth today. The more time people spend caring about other people's approval, the worse their mental health becomes. Joshua Monk and Christine Rosen point to the idea that a consistent social performance makes it harder to develop a sense of self. And that makes a lot of sense. Spending all that time trying to be what others want you to be forces you to lose who you really are. And that goes beyond just a silly lifestyle. That becomes a psychological problem. So we know now that actively conforming to social standards can decrease your mental health. But what happens when conformity actually works? You become happier, you get all the comments and likes on your posts, and everyone at school thinks you're the greatest. You're the coolest guy. Wow. But Arthur Brooks calls this the satisfaction treadmill. In Brooks's research, he found that no matter how much people achieve or accumulate, the feeling of that success goes away quick, and you automatically look for more. The goalpost never stops moving. Mo Gaudat breaks this down into simpler terms. He says that happiness is basically your perception of events minus your expectations. So say your expectations are set by what society thinks they should be, you will always feel behind. And once you eventually reach those standards, society will raise the bar and the cycle will repeat. External validation doesn't just fail to keep you happy, it puts you in a vicious cycle, forcing your true self into hiding.
Conforming to what society expects from you comes at a heavy psychological cost. Across decades of research, the only path to happiness that holds up is one that's built on your own. The damage of conformity and the failure of validation both point to the same answer, and that's to stop depending on others. Live life for yourself.